How do? Welcome to Liquid Football. I'm Tenacious G, and today I'm joined once again by the Dazman and Yorkie Man. Today we're going to be talking about Lionel Messi. So what do we think then, boys? What do you think is going to happen with Lionel Messi, especially after what's just happened? We'll start with you, Matt.
I think when it comes to Lionel Messi, it's nearly time up, maybe. For me, why not just retire at Barcelona? I think if I'm him, I'm as rich as he is. I don't know how much passion he's got left to win, and I'm sure he does. And he probably still wants to win another Champions League and win another title with Barca. But if anything, I see him holding Barca back at this stage. He'll be on a lot of money, a lot of money, a metric. There's stacks upon stacks upon stacks of money he's not even paid tax on. So I would 1,000,000% say to him, maybe just retire. Your time's come. Take the brand deals. Life's all good. Big part of me would like to see him in England. There's rumours of him to Man City. I'd love to see him at Man City because I've always been someone out there that said he can't do it in England. He's always done it in Spain and he's never proved it anywhere else. And that for me has always been a bit of a safety net for him. He's always played in a top tier team. He's always played with the best players. And we're seeing him now playing a team with maybe not the best players. And he doesn't look good. I'm not saying that he's not a great player. He's an unbelievable player. But I think at the age he is now, if you said to me in a few years' time, when he's Ronaldo's age, he'll still be playing top flight football at the top in a competitive league, I would be surprised. So maybe the time has come for him to go to America, maybe China, take the payday. But me personally, I would love to see him come to England. I'd love to see him in the Premiership. I know we're not getting him in his prime, but I would love to see him play in the Premiership. Maybe not at Man City, but it is what it is. For me, he doesn't need to do anything. He's achieved more than most will ever achieve. He will always go down in the history books as one of the best players that ever lived. So maybe retirement makes more sense if you're not happy at Barca than going somewhere else. We've seen players at a particular age go to a different team when maybe they shouldn't, and it doesn't work out. And you wouldn't want your last memories of Messi to be maybe him playing in England and only playing in 5 games and doing absolutely nothing or getting injured. Or I just think maybe sometimes it's good to go out on the top. Maybe he's not at the top now, but he's just had a good goal-scoring season. So I'm intrigued to see what happens, though.
What about yourself, Des? What's your thoughts on it?
I don't even think he'll be thinking of retirement. I know what Matt's saying, but I don't think he'll be thinking that. I think he may. I've got a feeling he may want to stay at Barca for another year. And like Matt says, I think he's holding them back, if I'm honest with you. I'd like to see him in the Premier League. I think it'd be good to see him. I can only ever see him really going for a big payday, maybe China or America. And I think if anywhere, it'd be America. Someone like David Beckham's team, is it Miami?
Yeah,
I can see him somewhere like that, maybe getting a massive payday, going over there, enjoying the sun, enjoying the sand, enjoying Miami. Happy days, you know. He's laid back. He's still classed as one of the best players in the world. 2 years, he retires. But I think as long as Ronaldo's there, I still see them two. I don't see who breaks first out of them. I don't see who breaks. And I think Messi won't be thinking anything about retirement. I think he'll go for the big payday.
I mean, I don't think he'll retire anytime soon. I kind of agree with you, Daz, in regards. I think that it's a competition between him all the time. And I think Ronaldo, at his age, you'd think it'd be him that retires first. I still do think that he'll retire first, but I think he's got probably another 3-4 years yet before I think he even thinks about wrapping it up. I think Ronaldo could probably go on forever the way he looks after his body, but I don't know. I just think you're probably got a point. I think America's probably the most likely destination. I don't know why. I've just got that in my head.
Who would pay him in America though? That's the only problem.
Like I said, well, there's lots of teams.
Miami's backed, isn't it? Massively backed. Is that Miami?
But I don't think it matters how much you backed. He'd bankrupt that team. You won't be back for a long time. We've seen certain teams in America go big on players,
but don't forget,
not be able to go big again after because they've spent so much. The sport still isn't big enough in America to really warrant having someone on his wage.
But would
'cause
he
his
not
wage would be
do that
huge.
though? Would he not ramp up the interest in soccer, football?
How
soccer?
much? How
Well,
much? We've seen it. We've seen Gerrard go over. We've seen Beckham go over. We've seen big players go over to the league, and it might ramp it up. It might ramp sponsorship for that team up for a while, but it doesn't last forever. It's not a competitive league. He's not. For me, when I think about Ronaldo and Messi, I think about the reason they're both the best players in the world is because of their competitive edge and how competitive they are with each other. And that's, I think he should retire. I don't think he will retire. And as Daz says, what competitiveness is there going to be for him in the MLS? He's going as a sideshow. He'd be going as someone to be marketable. He's going for brand deals. He's going just purely for money. He's not going there to be a competitive player. And I just don't see that in him. I can't ever see Ronaldo doing that. I can see Ronaldo playing at the highest level he can play. I don't see him taking a payday because he doesn't need to. Again, Dax. He doesn't need the payday. Neither does Messi. So going to America, being a bit part player, someone who's simply there to grow the name of the club and playing against subpar players that aren't even on the man's fucking level. I just don't like the idea of it. We saw the New York Red Bulls with Henry, but what are New York Red Bulls doing now?
Yeah, I get you, but it's just, that's the reason why I'm saying it, because other players have gone over there, haven't they?
They go for a payday.
Like you say, if he's got
lifestyle. Beckham went there because he wanted to live in America. He got to go and live in LA, and he went there for the lifestyle, and he went there for the payday, and he did very well over there. I believe very much the same for Gerrard. He wanted to go and retire in America. He's got a place in America already. I don't see that being Messi. I just don't see a man of his level of competitiveness doing that because he's not past it, is he? And when we think about the players that have gone over there, if we're being 100% honest, we're very good for the league. We're past it. I mean, Henry came back and played for Arsenal, and he might have played 5 games. Beckham went and played for AC Milan, he did quite well, to be fair to it. But you go over there, it's a bit of an easing into retirement. I don't ever see Messi being the type of player that wants to ease into retirement.
I could see him potentially going back to Argentina because like some other players have done, like
maybe
Ortega. I seem to remember he did that. I'm pretty sure one or two Tevez as well. So I could see that potentially being a thing. But like I say, if he's already made his money, he's not going to get money in Argentina or nowhere near the astronomical figure which I've read is like 650 grand a week, which is might even be more. But like I said, no, I don't think any team, if he was just coming in to keep his money afloat, like is that sort of level, I don't think the Premier League would be the destination. Just purely because of financial fair play, more than out, I think.
You highlighted the competitive streak between Ronaldo and Messi, which I think is very key. Messi goes to America, he's just basically that he's done.
But that's what a lot of players do, though. They do go for. I mean, I know. It's. You say he's already got the money.
Like this, though, we've never seen 2 players like this. We haven't. And for all the players that we say players do that, tons don't do that. There's a hell of a lot of players that don't do that. Some do, but a lot don't. And when we look at them, it's because they can't really play at the top of football anymore. They're not going to get the game time at the top clubs anymore. Messi will. That's not true. Messi still will get that, and so will Ronaldo, and that's why Juve were willing to pay so much for him. So there's a difference. Like when Kaká went over there, he weren't getting in a big team anymore. Beckham, he weren't getting in a big team anymore. Messi still played the majority of games in a top league season and got to that level of Champions League. There's no way that he goes there unless it's purely to sell out, because he doesn't need to. Most teams would still bite your hand off to have him in their squad. So I just think I can't see him and I can't see Ronaldo doing that either, because they don't want the paydays and they want to be at the top of competitive football for the longest time, and it is not competitive in America. It's a retirement package as far as I'm concerned for these bigger players. It's a big wage to go and live in a nice place. And I just don't see. I could sooner see him going to Argentina playing for a club that he played for when he was a kid for bugger all money because he don't care about the money and trying to help the club, than I could see him go to America.
Oh, Chad on that does.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing that I saw today, I think, in the paper was, well, not in the paper because I don't read the paper, it was on the internet, was that the president of Barcelona is constantly in touch with Messi's dad. They're very set on keeping him. Can they keep him though? That's the thing. The main thing is now Messi needs to sit down and say, do I want to be at Barcelona next year? Because Barcelona quite obviously want to keep him, and Barcelona are quite obviously on the mindset of he's our focal point in the team still, and will be for forevermore by the sounds of it. They'll have him playing until he's in retirement or whatever. But yeah, it'd be an interesting one. It's one I'm going to keep an eye on because I would like to see what does come of the Messi. I mean, we're getting to that stage, like Matt touched on earlier. We're getting to the stage where Messi and Ronaldo. How much longer can they go on? These guys have been around all our lives, and now,
well, all my life.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm not too sure about you too.
Yeah, about half of mine. Then they've been there about half. They probably want more for over half, but they've been
You
there.
were watching Pele play, weren't you?
Yeah, I think it. Yeah. I think I remember the first football game actually going back to first World Cup, but back when I was a lad. But yeah, so it will be interesting because it's two of the biggest players to ever grace the pitch coming to, dare I say, the latter end of their careers. And Messi seems to be the most talked about at the moment because of the Barcelona situation. But then there is obviously stuff to do with Ronaldo at Juve. And, it's going to be an interesting, I'd say, next 6 months anyway, in regards to Messi and where he goes.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say any fairer than that, really. It's just because, like you say, he's getting talked about all the time because he's getting so much bad press because of the team, basically. The Barcelona are up to the standards as what they're used to. As we've all, like we've just said, we've watched Messi since he first came on the scene, and it's only like within the last, 5-6 years that they don't seem to have been doing quite as well.
Maybe less. You used to fear Barcelona coming.
Yeah.
And if we're being 100% honest, and we'll hark back to last year after watching the Liverpool game, the first leg, and I thought Liverpool had a lot of good chances and then put away. There was a belief already that Liverpool could come back. And it felt like there was a belief that that game would have been dead and buried several years ago with Barcelona. You don't stand it. This could be 8 or 9. And unfortunately, they just capitulate. And I think that started to happen throughout the years. And you used to fear, if you drew Barcelona, you're like, I'm too sure about this. Fuck, we got Barcelona. I don't feel like that's a thing anymore. Now you probably fear a team more like Bayern Munich than you would playing a Barcelona. And that just kind of shows where Barcelona are now. The fact that even the thought could cross your mind that Liverpool could score 4 goals and come back after being that far behind just goes to show how less dominant they're viewed. And I think a lot of that is unfairly pushed towards Messi. The man still does a job. He still gets a lot of goals, still plays really well. So I think sometimes he comes under some poor press that he probably don't deserve. And I think the fan base just expect him to be this superhuman forever and he can win games on his own, but that's not how it works. And when he's not partnered with the right coach and the right players beside him, this is the end result.
So I think it's fair to say he carries the team even to the second. I mean, where would you say they would have come? Thinking about that team, where would Barcelona have done?
You still got Martin Braithwaite there, which for me would make me believe that they will be up there. But no, there's without a doubt, I think if Messi's not in that team, probably below Atletico.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or even maybe not below Atletico, but still a terrible season, and they'd have been knocked out before this stage in the Champions League, in my opinion. He makes the team tick.
Yeah. I mean, Braithwaite's on form to equal Messi's record, isn't he? I mean, Messi's got 444 goals in 484 games. I mean, surely Braithwaite's somewhere near.
For me, Braithwaite is the best signing that Barcelona have ever made from Middlesbrough. And he's been superb in terms of a signing that they made from Middlesbrough. I can't think of any other Middlesbrough player that's joined Barcelona and done better than Martin. So for me, he's up there with one of the greats.
Right, so that brings us to the end of the latest edition of Liquid Football. What do you think of the whole Messi situation? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and obviously check out the socials as well that will be on the screen and in the description below. I've been Tenacious G. He's been the Dazman, and him even further down has been Yorkie Man. We'll catch you next time.